Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you are looking to prevent odor, to prevent irritation, to feel fresh and balanced, this is the routine for you. Keep watching. Alright guys, so this is the feminine hygiene for feeling fresh, balanced, cleansed, free of irritation, and free of odor. Now your girl has had her fair share of odor and irritation downstairs. Every woman has, is nothing new, is nothing that's spectacular. Every female goes through it. But unlike others, I was never taught, so I am glad that I finally feel confident to share my hygiene routine with you guys. This hygiene routine has helped me very grateful as a starting basis to preventing odor and irritation. Now, as you go and you learn your body chemistry, there are different products that you may want to incorporate into your feminine hygiene. Realize that over time, your body may get used to products and they kind of no longer work. That kind of happens with deodorant and feminine wash. What happens is our body becomes accustomed to the products that we use, that the product no longer prevents the odor and irritation because our body can now fight it off. And that's why I try to switch up my products maybe once, twice a month. I just go back and forth with two particular products. Not too crazy, not too complex, not too complicated, guys. But I was always taught, you know, wipe front to back, and I realized a lot of females don't know that. So I think this hygiene routine will be a great resource for anybody just looking to, you know, little hygiene tips with becoming a female, even period tips. This should help you. The one thing that will not be in this hygiene routine is head to toe. I'm mostly going to talk about the downstairs area and the armpit area because that's where most of the odor comes from. But I'm also going to be talking about internal health as well. A lot of people don't know that odor comes from internally and externally, and sometimes we focus so much about our outside that we forget what goes inside that may be causing outside odor. So just remember, whatever your intake is does come out. So you could be washing every day, doing my routine, but if you're not taking care of yourself internally, taking care of yourself externally won't matter. So it has to work both ways, guys. But none of these products are paid promotion. These are products that I have used for the past year, and some of these products for the past 3 years. So definitely this is the routine that works for me that could work for you. But most importantly, ask your doctor. Go to your OBGYN, gynecologist, anybody. You need to ask your doctor first before using these products. That is the first thing. I know a lot of us look for YouTubers to answer all our questions, but YouTubers are not doctors. Even though I am in the medical field, I am not a doctor yet. But I do advise all my females and all my males that be looking for, you know, resources and some answers. I may have them, but I don't have them all. So this is just helping you with the basics. But any questions you have, definitely clarify, ooh guys. Clarify and definitely ask your doctor before just going in with these products, and I will explain that along the way. So let's get into it. First thing I want to say is drinking water, you guys. I can't tell y'all how many people try to prevent odor by taking pills, by trying to do all these medications and wonder why it doesn't work. You have to drink water. Water is a natural resource of energy, your natural resource of prevention, your natural resource for everything. We cannot live without water. So if your water intake is low, everything is low. Everything. So make sure that you are intaking at least, I'm gonna say 6 cups a day. I know the doctor says to have at least 8, but at least 6, because sometimes, you know, we don't be thirsty, we're out and about, people like to have fun, but at least 6. Or do this trick that I've learned since I've been in college. So in college, we all know we're partiers, we want to drink for the first time, we want to do all that. I may not be a drinker, but I do put my friends on this trick. Before you go to bed at night, and we all pee before we go to bed, hopefully, I check what color my urine is. If my urine is not clear to the point where it's too dark or something, then I know that I'm lacking water intake. And I will try to drink a lot of water before I go to bed, because that's where the hangover comes from. That's where all that odor comes from, because you have a lot of things going down there and it's not being hydrated. And a lot of things that are left in moisture create bacteria. So it's important that you have water intake. And if you don't always think about water, use my trick. Check your urine every time you pee. If it's dark, you need water intake. And then if it's on the lighter side, you're good. And I'll definitely put the scale on the side, but that is a trick that I usually use to make sure that I'm getting enough water, to make sure that my hygiene is up to date and I don't have to worry about BV, guys. That's important. A lot of females catch BV from that, and yeast infections. So definitely do your water intake. Next, for my internal health, which is not something you really have to give, but it's just something that I like to do, which I feel like is really important. I like to do the Azo Complete Feminine Balanced Daily Probiotic. This will also be on my Amazon storefront. Probiotics are good for maintaining the healthy bacteria that lives in our gut. Now, you're probably like, isn't bacteria bad? Some bacteria is good. Some bacteria you can find in like yogurt, kombucha, some cheeses that we eat to just maintain, you know, healthy digestion, healthy immune system. All bacteria is not bad bacteria. Learned from school. But I love the Azo Complete Feminine Probiotics because they just, you can take them daily. Is a 30 count, and you know, taking probiotics don't help. It just helps with your digestion, your immune system, and just helping your body, you know, kill off and maintain any bacteria that may be, you know, causing yeast infection, BV, or any odors. So you're not just fighting it off with the water. And especially if you exercise, it's very important to take your probiotics, because the sweat, the toxins, and everything else, it just helps with that as well. And then I also like to do, I actually found these at Target. They're called Body Mints for Women. They come in 50 tablets, and they're formulated for feminine hygiene. They are plant-based, guys. So you know how in my past videos I was using chlorophyll drops to put into my water. Some people were saying that it really tastes nasty. They could taste some aftertaste. They wasn't really feeling like the taste of it. Personally, for me, it just felt like a little bit of a minty drink to me. But for those that can't take that, I kind of just use both. I also put chlorophyll in my water sometimes, but I try to stay up with my body mints. Now, this is not clinically proven to do anything, but I realized when I use my probiotics and my body mints together, even if I'm having a hot day, and yes, you're a girl, I may not sweat, but like I said, I aspire a lot. So what it means is I don't sweat, but definitely when I feel hot, I feel moist, and I can kind of like smell myself to the point where not everybody in the room is smelling me, but I can kind of smell myself, and that's just not okay to me. These body mints have been keeping me fresh, guys. Again, it's not clinically proven, but it goes with my body chemistry. And for the people that I have been telling about these body mints, have loved them as well. It has helped them, you know, with their intake of chlorophyll, because they didn't like it in their water. Again, I like to do both. So this will be another way that you can take care of your body internally. These two together could be your holy grail products, but these are important for internal health, especially if you're especially if you are a female, especially on your period days. I do like to use these. Another thing for internal that everybody don't know, flossing. So you may not have body odor, but this mouth got odor, okay? Some of us, you know, neglect mouth odor. if we do not brush our teeth, you know, let's just click back. You can brush your teeth, gargle, rinse, but if you do not floss and you got food stuck in the back, that food is bacteria, and it keeps building, and bacteria holds what? It holds odor. So that's why it's important to floss before you brush, to make sure that you're getting everything out. And sometimes you can floss after you brush, but remember, when you go to the dentist, they like to floss your teeth before they brush it. Yeah, so remember, have some type of floss on you. That's really important for internal odor as well, because some of us forget to brush our teeth every day. That's fine, but make sure you're flossing, getting all that leftover food and everything. That also creates internal body odor. That starts my after shower hygiene routine. Now, I will give y'all some options, but let's keep it simple when it comes to washing our downstairs area. Some people, I learned, likes to use like scented things to make their area smell good. I am here to tell you, your downstairs area, or your princess area, I call it my princess area, my JJ area, my downstairs area, so y'all know what I'm referring to. You do not want to use scented things. Your JJ area is not going to smell like roses and flowers. If it does, go to the doctor immediately. Nobody's downstairs area smells like any type of scent, but a natural odor. It's okay to have a little bit of odor down there. Be mindful, it is an area that is in between the thighs that keeps a little bit of moisture. And yes, I hope it's moisture down there and you're just not dry. And it's okay to have a little bit of odor. But in order to maintain that little bit of odor, I do like to use fragrance-free body washes. And as much as I love Dove, sometimes not all Dove is fragrance-free. So to be on the safe side, I love to use Baby Dove body wash, especially this one. This is the Baby Dove Sensitive Skin Hypoallergenic Wash Melanin Rich Nutrients. I got melanin. Of course, I know what I get this. But I also like it because it just has coconut oil, chamomile oil, almond oil. Just if you're irritated, this is my favorite Baby Dove. And it's just like anytime I feel irritated, I feel itchy, or sometimes where you're wearing underwear that may not be, you know, working with you. I like to use this one. It's non-drying, no parabens, no sulfates, and it just smells amazing. It just has a natural aroma. It's no fragrance in it, and it just, you know, relieves any type of irritation. Now, if you don't like this one, there's also a fragrance-free blue Baby Dove that you can also get, and there's a pink one. I'll put it on the side that you can use. I think it's pink, but those are the three Baby Dove body washes that I prefer to use on my downstairs area. Now, y'all know I'm an Amazon girly. I find everything off of Amazon now, and it's no need for me to run to Target sometimes because I can have everything delivered. And one thing that I found off of Target is the Neutr Blast Intimate Health So Fresh So Clean Balancing Vaginal Wash with Boric Acid. I'm gonna say the first time that I seen this, I was amazed. I never had a feminine wash that had boric acid on it, boric acid in it. I just learned about honey pot as well. I don't know if they have boric acid in it, but I heard good reviews about honey pot, so I definitely would recommend them, as well as they are a black owned company. But I like to review people not on race, but the product reviews and the ingredients. And I have been using this since 2020, so 4 years now, guys. And I absolutely love this body wash for my downstairs area. It supports odor control, cleanses discharge, promotes healthy pH, and they just got me with the boric acid. Boric acid helps with like yeast infections, it helps with BV. It's just that it's like an acid to help out the downstairs area with balancing discharge, different acids you may have in there. It just helps cleanse that outside area. You do not put this inside. that's where we get into the next step. But definitely find a feminine wash that works out with you. These are just 4 options actually that I'm giving you guys, and I absolutely love this. So when it comes to helping you internally and helping with discharge, smell, and things that are going internally, I like to use probiotic vaginal suppositories. That's why I'm so amazed that the body wash actually has it. Back in the day, not to make myself sound old, there's not a lot of body washes that have boric acid. They definitely sell it separate. Makes money, whatever. But I use the Azo boric acid vaginal suppositories. They come in 600 milligrams of boric acid. Y'all, the first time I got this, and I do ask everything with my doctor, especially when it comes to taking new things like Neutr Blast. I show this to my doctor. My doctor reviews it, and my doctor was amazed with this as well. She was like, yes, that's a good one, that's actually amazing. I will refer that to my other patients if they ask it. She looked at like the ingredients, and she said it's actually really good. So I like to use this in Azo, and I really thought these go in orally. Very inexperienced. These actually go inside your downstairs area, and it's not uncomfortable. They're little small pills. You just slip it as far as you can go, and then what helps you slip these in are the suppository applicators. Now with these applicators, you just simply put the little pill in, you just simply put the applicator up, and then you just push it in, and it just helps it go further up there to help really, you know, alleviate and cleanse your downstairs area. I don't promote you using your hand to stick it up there, because our hands are filled with germs, and I just realized, like, why am I sticking my whole entire hand up my downstairs area? Even though you wash it, it still can be germs. About the applicator, only use these applications once. Never use an application more than once, because again, you're putting it up your downstairs area to cleanse any bacteria or any infections that may go on. So you don't want to use the same application that you already put up that area, and you're keep putting the same bacteria and stuff back inside of you. So you want to use these applicators once. Now this is the Neutr Blast applicators, and what I love about Neutr Blast, again, the applicators came with their own boric acid for a package value of $15, and this will be on my Amazon storefront as well. Now these Azo pills by themselves was $30 in Target. Imagine you getting, how many pills are in here? It is 30 in here plus 15 applicators. The applicators itself is $9. So you definitely are getting your money's worth. Now when it comes to using boric acid, I use them once a week. The only time I will say use boric acid on a daily is if you're trying to alleviate yourself from an infection, BV or yeast infections, which I would clarify and ask a doctor. But usually they tell you to use the boric acid for a 7-day period to see if the infection goes away. If not, then it's time for other medications and stuff to use. But that is the only time I use boric acid, 7 days, when I'm feeling like I'm coming on to a yeast infection or my period. Even though your period is supposed to cleanse the body naturally, I just feel like the boric acid helps with the smell of it. So as long as I'm on my period, that's when I start using these more frequently. But that's only when that is like a heavy flow. Now I am on Depo. Depo is birth control. So I don't use these as often. Usually when I come around that time when I used to have my period, I see discharge in my body trying to change itself. But because if you look at what Depo does, my body doesn't allow myself to do that. So I just kind of help myself with cleansing my lady parts with taking maybe boric acid twice that week to help cleanse my body naturally. and it really does help. So my girls that are on Depo, understand that your body is not cleansing itself as often as it needs to because you're no longer having your period. But the internal products that I was showing in the beginning, the body mint, the probiotics, and drinking a lot of water is very important, because again, your body is going through changes while you're on Depo. But that is for another video. If you have any questions about life on Depo, I'll definitely make a video for that. But when I was on my period, I used to do this like the day before my period came in, and then 2 days straight after my period came, so that way I can just get rid of the odor with cotton panties, guys. Okay, people like thongs, people like cheeksters, but we can't wear those every day. Okay, that causes yeast infections. Wearing a thong every day will cause yeast infections. Now I like to order mine from Amazon. This Amazon pack of cotton cheekster little cute underwear will be on my Amazon storefront, but these are simply little cheeksters. They're very cute. I will wear these because they're cotton. Cotton allows your body to breathe. You don't want silk, you don't want, I don't know what other material it is, but cotton is your best friend. And then I go with it with my Balance Shield by Neutr Blast, or I go in with my other I forgot the company's name, but I will put it to the side. But you just want to go in with panty liners. So one thing with using boric acid suppositories is when you sleep overnight, and yes, usually you use suppositories at night, and those are in the instructions because you tend to leak. The point of the boric acid is to flush out your downstairs area. So that's why I typically like to do it at night when you're fast asleep and you're not planning on doing anything, because you will feel your body start to leak and cleanse itself down there. So to keep your panties from, you know, getting the lining, you know, messed up, let's put it like that. So you're simply just going to open your panty liners. You're going to put it right there on the panty line to help with any discharge or any acid from ruining your underwear. And that's it. And overnight you will simply see all of it on the pad. Now the thing is, the pad helps me because if there is any discharge or any odor or any colors I need to worry about, which I hope there isn't, it will be easy for the doctor to see on a white pad than on dark underwear. And they usually want to have some type of picture or some type of specimen, and that's just easier if you have any questions for the doctor to take that panty liner and let them see it as soon as possible. You don't want to keep a panty liner over 3 days because specimens and bacteria that are exposed to oxygen or any type of atmosphere will die. Okay, or it can grow, and you don't want that growing in your room. So take a picture as soon as you can, send it to your doctor if you have any questions, and throw it away. Wrap it up and throw it away. And one thing I do want to say, tampons are no. I don't know why they tell us tampons are good. Tampons are only good if you're a swimmer and you need to swim, because what it's doing is locking all that bacteria in that little thing, and then you have tampon shock. And that was one of my scariest things to get as a young child. When I first came on my period, I was like, nope, I'll take the pad, and that's it. But that is another thing when we can talk about our period kit. But yeah, not to scare anybody that takes tampons, I just don't use it just because it just carries a lot more potential of infections and bacteria. But if you know how to use it, and I will do my research, then it can be a great tool for like swimmers and athletes that have heavy periods. But another thing, have extra underwear. Girl, if you don't get you a little thing like I do, this comes with a pack on Amazon, and I literally just leave 2 of these underwears in like a little big bag, especially when I feel like I'm having any type of discharge or anything like that. I just keep an extra pair of underwear in my bag. If you know, you know. J-Lo. If you know, you know. Always keep an extra pair of underwear. As a girl, we do have discharge, we do feel wet sometimes. All of that happens, and keeping a nice clean pair of extra underwear does not help. But if you don't, this is where the panty liners come in. The panty liners, if you're having that issue, you can just switch out, take it out your underwear and put it right back and put a new one right on top of it, and there you go, you should feel fresh. The one thing I want to say is don't keep the same panty liner on all day. You want to switch out your panty liner every 4 hours. If you do not see anything on there, that does not mean it's clean. Panty liners carry sweat, bacteria, and everything. So you don't want to leave it on past 8 hours max, especially if you're in school. So as soon as you get out of school, put on a new panty liner. Do not sleep in the same panty liner you had one day. Always make sure you're fresh, because that bacteria is sitting on top of your JJ downstairs area, and that's when odor starts to build. I just like to go in with my Summer's Eve Blissful Escape Daily Refreshing Spray. So sometimes you may get a little odor, and this is just like a little pickup essential that I found on Amazon. So those days where I'm just feeling a little unfresh down there, I just like to spray a little bit of this, and it smells beautiful. It is fragrant, guys, so be careful just to spray it outside of your underwear. Do not spray it on the pad. Oh my gosh, please do not spray this. This is heavily fragrant. Spray it outside of the underwear to give your underwear just a little fresh little pickup, but do not spray it on the pad or you will have irritation. This is heavily fragrant. Even the one that says fragrance free, which is the blue one, is still fragrant. Please do not spray directly on your pad, as it will cause irritation to your downstairs area. But this is a nice essential to those days where you're just sweating, or you feel like your underwear, or the days where you don't have extra underwear. This is just a little pickup to help you smell refreshed, cleaned, and balanced. Besides everything I said, we're gonna go into like a little shower side. I know I told y'all to use the Baby Dove, and I know I'm all over the place. This stuff is not in order, guys. I did not go in order. I'm just showing you my essentials. So I love to use a washcloth down there. I don't care what washcloth you have, any type of washcloth to use on your downstairs area. I do not use the same exfoliating washcloth that you see me use to wash my body. I never use the same one to wash my downstairs area. No, because what happened is whatever on our outside don't need to go down on our downside. And especially when you wash, all that fragrant stuff that you're washing around your body, it goes down there. So you don't want to use the same washcloth that you use your fragrant body wash to wash down there. You want to get yourself a clean washcloth, one that has not been used, and send front to back. You don't want to wipe back to front. Okay, I said that wrong. So when you wipe back to front, that specimen, all that bacteria, the poop and everything, you're wiping all that to the front of your JJ area, and you wonder why you have a yeast infection. You want to wipe front to back to allow any like liquid and stuff that is going to the back, and that is fine. But you never want to wipe back to front, because whatever's in the back, you don't want coming to the front and getting into your little hole, because that's going to cause irritation rather than you wiping front to back. And then switch out your washcloth after every 2 uses. Don't go a week using the same washcloth. Ew, can't do it, won't do it, don't do it. Bacteria grows on anything that has moisture. I can't say that again. I can't say that as many times as I can. Bacteria grows on wet things. So if you're leaving your washcloth in your shower like I do, I like to typically switch out my washcloths every 2 uses, because whatever I'm trying to get rid of, if you're trying to get rid of something, any bacteria or anything that was down there don't need to go back down there. And I know a lot of people try to wash their washcloth and like tie downy. No, do not wash your undergarments, your bras, or anything you're going to use in your downstairs area in fragrant stuff. You have to wash your bras and your underwear in fragrance-free stuff, like Tide, fragrance-free, Baby, Downy, I think it is, and other baby scented stuff. Because what happens is, if you're washing it, I used to love Intense, Downy Intense, and my underwears will smell like it, but I will constantly have irritation because it was washed in a fragrance. So you want to make sure that you're washing your downstairs essentials and your undergarments and things like that in fragrance free stuff. That's why it's important to separate your clothes. You don't want to throw your bras in with your pants in with your bras, get doggy stuff in with your stuff. I don't know. You want to keep stuff separated for that reason. But other than that, that is my hygiene, my feminine hygiene essentials. I hope this really helps you. As I said, I went through a period of odor to the point where I was embarrassed. I didn't know what to do until I asked. I watched a bunch of YouTubers as well as you guys, and I was just like, hey, whatever she doing ain't working for me. I had to come up with my own methods, my own routine, and find products that work for me. Not saying that the products that I'm offering you won't work with you, but you have to know your body chemistry. You have to know what your body can tolerate, and you have to know what your body can't tolerate. A lot of girls use Dove deodorant. I cannot use Dove deodorant. Dove deodorant does not stick to my skin and does not work. I prefer Degree. And that's just because my body tolerates Degree more than it tolerates Dove, because Dove will go off my armpits in a second. But just know that, you know, everybody goes through hygienic problems. And the only thing I didn't add in this video is taking care of your pubic hair, because I wax. Now, I don't know the research behind waxing. I don't know the research behind shaving, but hopefully in my next video with hygiene routine, I can definitely go in depth with that. But this was just the essentials of helping you with the basics of preventing odor, and then other things that you may want to ask. Now, if you have any more questions, definitely comment under the comment bar, send me an email, say anything. But just know that you're not alone in this hygiene game. Everybody goes through some hygiene warfares, like I call. But I hope this video really helped you guys. And that is it for today. Your girl is going to sleep. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.